Good afternoon, everybody. How is everybody doing today? Hi, Tammy. Hi, Helen. How are you doing? It is lovely and sunny here in Calgary. It's a little cooler today. Definitely feels like a little bit of fall weather. This morning was cool and beautiful and sunny. How's everybody doing? I'm really good. My kiddos got off to school this morning. I got some crafting done. I even threw in a load of laundry, so that's, I feel like I'm ahead of the game. And it's always fun to come hang out and do a little crafting here with you guys. Have you guys done any crafting, done any Christmas cards? We actually made this Christmas card at the Creative Scrapbooker Carnival. And so if you weren't there to do the make and take, you will be able to see what we used and how it came together. It was really fun. We have also some new Lawn Fawn stuff. And a few new things in the shop to show you. So I'm going to show you what we're going to use today, and then we'll look at all the fun new Lawn Fawn things. Have you guys had your eye on any of the Lawn Fawn stuff that's come in? This is the card that we'll make today, and we are going to use the angled mosaic, Altenew and Creative Expressions, and there's a bunch of companies that have, I think Spellbinders, Sizzix, have the 3D folders that are quite deep, and so you get such a great result when you put them on the background. And we're using the angled mosaic one today. And we're also using the Spellbinders. It's the Create a Christmas Sentiment die set. So here's all the words that you get in this die set. Hi, Judy. So you can mix and match them. There's Merry Holidays, Christmas, warm greetings, wishes, happy. So any kind of mix and match. We're doing Christmas greetings today. We're using this impresslet, and if you guys haven't seen the impresslets, they are absolutely fabulous. So it cuts and embosses in one pass. So you've got this almost like an embossing folder, but it has a die cut around the edge. So you run it through and you get this beautiful embossed and die cut image. And it's absolutely gorgeous. So when we made these at the carnival, we're going to do some painting today, but some people decided just to put some of the pearly shimmer that we're going to mix in with the paint. They decided just to cover their poinsettia with the white shimmer, and it was gorgeous too. And then here it is with the Spellbinders brushed gold cardstock. They also have a brushed silver, which would look lovely. And this is just some metallic red. So for some samples that I made for Carnival, I had made a gift card holder and put this on it and a little bow, and it just really made a fabulous gift card holder. You could use these for packaging if you wanted to put it on top of your gift with some foam tape, pop it up, and some ribbon underneath. I think they'd look really fun too. So I really like these. I feel like you can use them a lot of ways, different ways. this is the opal polish. There's lots of colors of the opal polish, and this one is the copper pearl. So it has a white shimmer if you put it on white, but when you put it on a dark cardstock, you get this gorgeous gold color. And the opal polishes will do that, change from the dark to light cardstock. You'll get a different effect. The Christmas greetings word, I don't know if you can tell from this angle, but it's actually kind of shimmery, and I had covered the white cardstock with the opal polish and then die cut it out, so you have like a pearl type cardstock. Hey Jennifer, how are you? Then we've got some Distress Oxide spray in Rustic Wilderness and the Dina Wakley gloss spray in Ruby. So don't forget, any of your sprays, you can use them to paint with. And we are going to actually use, we're going to add a little bit of shimmer to those paints. I'm just going to turn off that. And then use them for painting. So it doesn't have to be just sprays that you use them for. And then I grabbed a lemon twist. I had used a gold dream drop on here. You could use whatever color you like. The drops are iridescent and they kind of change color depending on what they're on. So those are some fun things. And we're going to try the Gilded Avocado Opal Blaze Polish. And we're going to mix that in with our colors. We used a different product at the carnival, but that product is on back order right at the moment, so I thought I'd change it up and show you how you could use something else as well. So we're just going to move those out of the way for a minute. And, oh, and we're also, this is the other type of applicator that the Opal Blaze comes in. So you'll either see it, in the pot or this applicator, and they're both the same thing. It's just that this one has a little wand that you can use as the applicator, and then this one you can just use it with your finger or Q-tip or dip something in there. So they both work the same. And these ones as well look different on light and dark. Kind of gives you an idea of the color. This one's Sunset Orange, and this is the Gilded Avocado. So it just has that undertone of color and changes depending on what you put it on. So we're gonna pop that out of the way. Hey Sandy, how are you? Sandy was super busy this morning, and she has dropped me off all of the Lawn Fawn stuff. So I'm going to show that to you now, and then we'll make our card. It's beautiful. There was a few things that I ordered, and seriously, when I looked at that, I thought, oh, maybe I need something else. So these are first we'll look at the paper pack. So we've got the Let It Shine Snowflake Pack. You're recovering, I know, your crafting injury. So yeah, Sandy had a little bit of an incident with a shelf, a wire shelf at the end of carnival. So she's recovering from that. This is the silver foiled snowflake paper. It's the Let It Shine in the 6x6. It's beautiful. And I hope your leg is feeling better, Sandy. Look at that beautiful shine. So you've got some of the papers that have the polka dots, and then the snowflakes have that beautiful silver foil. Hi, Margaret Erica. Oh, I love this paper. So they're all gorgeous. All the colors are gorgeous. I'm just going to give you a little flip through. Beautiful for your Christmas cards and your winter crafting. Colors are amazing. Then we've got the Sweater Weather Remix paper, and this is beautiful as well. So I love fall, it's my favorite. And I love the patterns in this. You've got lots of fun fall patterns, sweater weather, and then the apples. That would be great for any teacher staff. This is kind of a, do you call that a herringbone pattern? And then the acorns and the leaves, and they're just so pretty. And oh, there was even some notebook paper. How cute is that? Yes. So these are very fun. Lawn Fawn sent us these cards, so I'll give you a look at these and then we'll look at the stamp sets up close. And sorry, my husband bought me a new stand. So I've got the Archon camera stand, which I absolutely love. He bought it for me for our anniversary, which I thought was very sweet. I had been saying I need a new camera stand, but I'm so used to being over here with my old one that I have to retrain myself. So if you're looking for a camera stand, I would totally recommend that one. So this is, I'm so very grateful for friends like you and this border. And we're gonna see that die cut frame. It is gorgeous. And if you've been following the Lawn Fawn YouTube channel, they've been showing all the releases and all the products. And if you need inspiration, definitely check that out as well. This is adorable, this little dog, and then the little boy with the bone and this sofa and the window. So cute. Then we've got Happy Halloween with the little cat and the hat. And how cute is this, seriously? The little, the books, the little cauldron with the candy in it. And then I did see a video where someone had used the books with the desk. So it doesn't have to be just for Halloween. And the cats were separately as well. Hey, Tamara. Tamara, you shouldn't look. These are gorgeous, these snowflakes that they have. There's 3 different ones. And then the tiny winter friends. And then there's this background with the snowflakes that press into the paper. It's so pretty. And I think this is the holographic cardstock that they have. Hi, Nancy. This one is Merry Christmas with the puppy, and this is that little tab, and I did not realize this was in here. Okay, so it's like a little gift card holder that you can pop in and out, and the gift card sits in there. Oh my gosh, look. So cute. That's cute. So that can be used for lots of things. And then you have the stencil, which is new for them as well. Look, the gingerbread man in the bowl. Oh my gosh. Hello, Val. And then we have some of that beautiful paper with the foil snowflakes. This is one of the big die cuts, and the big die cut words have been really, you want me to pull more? Okay. How cute. Oh, pull more. Thank you, Jennifer. Good thing you're on here. Look. So cute. It flip-flaps out. That's too funny. Thanks for looking out for me, guys. And here's the little penguins with the little igloo. And I love this color. All right. So let's have a look. First, we'll look at, so we've got thanks so much and thank you. It is so cute, hey? The big word dies have been really popular to be something that kind of fills the card front, and then you can just decorate around the outside of it. So these ones I think are definitely something that are good to have. You can cut them out of cardstock, 2 different colors or some glitter, and layer them and offset them. And they're just very versatile. This one is the Flippy Flappy that Jennifer helped us figure out how to actually use. And so this is the die cut, and that makes that little Flippy Flappy thing. Now I had seen a little video, too cute, where they had actually used that, I think, with a little animal to make it move as well. But you've got all the elements in there to do that. So that's really great. Then this is the fall leaves background, and you have 2 stencils that layer. And I know Lawn Fawn had a really great video on the layering. They did some ink blending depending on depending on the stencil. They did like 2 colors on one, 2 colors on the other, and then added some shimmery paste in there. It was gorgeous. And then this one is the snowflake background. And again, you get 2 of the snowflake stencils, and you can layer them and do different colors on them, or do one inked and one with some glittery paste. Then we have some fun, this is Lovely Latte. I think you could use this for fall. Hi Danielle, how are you doing? Use this for fall or for Christmas and have a lovely fall pumpkin spice latte, or a Christmas gingerbread latte would be fun. I really love this little heart detail that you can add. This is really cute. Then we have the Magic Iris Fall Leaves add-on. So you can use this either with the Magic Iris, or you can use this with Circle just to add, kind of like we saw with the snowflake. So add an element that you have something in the center, and then you get all these little flowers and leaves and berries. It's kind of like a little wreath. I think that's very cute, and it has the little stitching detail in it. Hi Angela. Then this is the pumpkin house, which is adorable. I didn't look at the back of that. Oh, see, there's the Magic Iris. The little pumpkin house, it cuts out all the details, and it's cute. Your pumpkin, your little door, your windows, so you can kind of set everything up the way you want it, or you can just have some pumpkins too if you wanted some pumpkins. And you've got the little pot. It is so adorable. Even a little lantern. So lots of elements that you can use with other things as well, I think. Then this is that beautiful fall leaves backdrop. So here was that backdrop on some, I think this is Watercolor Wishes cardstock. Hi Elaine. And just see a few people popping in. And you get all those leaves that are beautiful with the stitching, and you get the acorns. And then you can do whatever you want. You can ink those leaves. You can cut it out of some mixed media paper or some pattern paper. Then this is really cute. This is the You Autumn Know. So you've got the stamp and die. This is really cute. You really autumn know how much I love you. And you can of course mix and match all the sayings, and the little mice coordinate with the other mice in Lawn Fawn. They all kind of are the same size, and so you can mix and match them, which is nice. And I think having some leaves like this is always a great idea, because then you can add those to your projects. This one here is Scripty Autumn Sentiments. So this is really pretty, and you've got those script words and then the sentiments that go with them and coordinate. And you have some more of those beautiful leaves. And then those are the dies. So you can also use those dies to cut out the stamped words or cut out the die cut word. So you have a die cut word. Here we have the Happy Halloween, which is fun. I love making Halloween cards. And this set is absolutely adorable. Perfectly Wicked. So stamp and die there. And then this one is the one that I mentioned. You could make the cats, you could use the cats separately. You've got shelf and books, which are perfect for like a bookshelf or a card for someone who loves books. You can use it with those desks and all those fun things that previously came out. And here's the Happy Halloween with the glitter paper. And then there's various things that you can put into the cauldron. Very cute. And then you've got some mix and match sentiments. These are adorable. And those little potions, so cute. And let's see what we have here. Here we're getting into like the winter and Christmas. So this one is Christmas Garland, which I think is beautiful. I never know if they have something on the back. You've got all these Christmas leaves, and you can then turn them into any type of garland, wreath type of idea. And you can die cut those in pattern paper, or out of glitter would be beautiful, or some metallic. And then the bows that you put together. And even little berries. These are so sweet. Angela, she was putting some shelves away and they attacked her. This is the Magic Iris Snowflake add-on. So here, and hopefully it's feeling better. Here you can see that they've just used it as a bit of a frame with a sentiment. These stamps would work perfectly in the center, and there's 3 different types of snowflakes. We'll look at those in 1 minute, but you have, this one is, so this is called Magic Iris Snowflake add-on. This one is called Stitched Snowflake Frame. I think she was in pain, Angela, but I think she'll be okay, but it might be a war wound. And this one is the outside in stitched snowflake. So this one looks like it doesn't cut out the center. You could put this in to have a design in the center, or you could leave that out and have this plain in the center for you to stamp something in. So there's kind of various ways that these work, but they're all beautiful. And then you have the snowflake image that you're going to be able to, this one cuts out the snowflake, this adds the stitched detail. Then we have the Cheery Deer. This one's really cute. A little deer die cut. There's a look at that. And it cuts out the deer and you just layer it together. It's so cute. So you've got the background, you've got this part here that you're going to layer over top. And then you've got the cute little lights that can go through his little antlers. So that's really cute. Here we've got Let It Snow. And I can't remember if there was something, oh yeah. So this one was the Let It Snow, just to give you an idea of how it's going to fit on your card. So you still have room to put some elements at the bottom. And this is just out of regular cardstock, but I think cut out of glitter or metallic would be gorgeous. Then here's the Merry Christmas. So again, it's going to go pretty much across the card, and then you have some room at the bottom to add some elements. Then this is beautiful. This is the Peppermint Stripes backdrop. So you can either use it as just a striped element to add to your card, or of course cut with red with white behind it. It's going to add a really beautiful candy stripe look. And then it has the little stitching on the outside, which is very cute. Then we have the stitched snowflake backdrop, and that was used here. You can see on white cardstock. It's beautiful. I love how they combined so many different elements just so you could really get a feel for what you like. Then, okay, we've got a few more. They are so cute. Tiny winter friends. So this is more of those the Tiny Friends. There was 1 or 2 releases that came out with the Tiny Friends, and these guys are all dressed up in their little winter hats and coats and boots, and then they have all these little elements as well as the sleigh. You've got the little reindeer and the snowman, and even a little sentiment. Look at the little mistletoe. That's so cute. But you can add the presents and the snowflakes and even a tiny cup of hot cocoa. And then there's a die set that goes with that to cut those all out. This one here is furry and bright. So cute with this little puppy and the little strand of lights. He can even wear the little antler hat. And let's see which one had, oh, here it is. Look how cute that is with the little antler hat and the puppy. And they've got the bone and the little speech bubble and some sentiments, and then the die set that goes with that. This one I love. And this is the How You Bean mint add-on. So the How You Bean, I think, came out quite a while ago with the jar, and this is an add-on that you can get for it. And you've got the beautiful peppermints and then all the sweet little faces and lots of things that you can put in the word bubble. There's a lot of stamps on this set, and even if you don't have the jar, this would be a beautiful just a set to have to add to your card and then use any of these sentiments. And look, the faces can go in this, which is so cute. This put on a card and then you were meant to be together. So cute, seriously. Then we have the Magic Holiday Messages. So this is going to fit into the middle of those snowflakes that we saw. I think that they've done a really good job at these as well. These could be seals that you put on the back of your envelope. You could stick them to some sticker paper or cut out some circles, or make them the focal point of your card like this. So lots of fun sentiments with really great font choices. And then you still have all these extra snowflakes and greenery that you can use around your page or around your card. And that is the die set that goes with that to cut out the little snowflakes, and it's even size so that you have a little stitched outline for your cute little sentiments. Even on vellum, that would look cute, and then put on the outside of your card to seal it. This one here I thought was really cute, the window scene. So this is the window scene stamp, and then you've got the birch trees in the back. You've got some snow that can be falling, and even a pillow. Like, how cute is that? And then we've got a couple snowflakes and a sentiment. And then you have this picture frame. So the picture frame, this will cut out your sofa and cut out your pillow and the elements here, but the frame will fit this stamp here. So you could have this like a frame or a picture, or you could just have this as an element on your card that you die cut and have this kind of frame border. And then this one also kind of coordinates, so you can mix and match. This one is the window frame. This one is the window scene die. So here they've used the die set or the die window over top of that stamp. And then there's lots of other elements that you can use. This can be used as a standalone die. So you can have your window, any kind of scene in the background. You could make your own scene that you stamp out of whatever you want, and then add all these little elements. And then you've got, I think this is probably like part of the curtains, a little valance. Then you've got the curtains, curtain rod. So this is really cute. And I'm just noticing now, this looks like that, what was that called? I forget what it was called, but we just looked at. The Christmas garland. So the Christmas garland fits right over that window, which is cute. And then this one is the Joy to All, which is very sweet. And you've got another little puppy, you've got this cute Christmas tree, and you can decorate it however you like. Gifts, and then the sweet little sayings. And it's very, very cute. There's the die set. I like the Christmas trees that you can decorate yourself. And this one is the Penguin Party. And it has these little penguins. They're obviously having a party. And you've got lots of little elements that you can decorate their little house with. Here they are here. So you can really easily and quickly color up your igloo. Just, they've used a green blue here. You could just use a gray to look white. So lots of quick options. You could use a glitter pen and put glitter over it. And then you've got the little sign that can have whatever you want inside it. And then more sentiments. And that's the Penguin Party dies. And then this is the last one, guys. This is the Giant Holiday Messages. So I love these. Again, like, I think they're just done so nicely, and they give you a big focal image. Here's the die that you can get to go with it. And even alone, you could use this for so many elements on your cards, to have something die cut out of the center, and then you're putting your images in the middle of it. But it will fit these words perfectly. And then you've got Happy Holidays here. And I love all the little elements. So that is a huge release. It was, I think Lawn Fawn did an amazing job. All those things can kind of work together, be really useful with your winter and fall crafting. What do you guys think was your favorite? And then we're going to make this card, this Christmas card. So we did this card at Carnival, and I thought we should probably make it in case somebody didn't come to Carnival. So we've got all our little pieces. And what we're going to start out doing first is we're going to cut this poinsettia. So this one here is the Sizzix 3D Impresslet, and it's the poinsettia. That's the number if you need it, but it's in the shop. And we are just putting, this is just some white cardstock, and we're just putting that into our folder. I need to have a drink. I'm just using my Cuttlebug, and because it's a 3D folder, it's a little thicker, so I'm just using the base and then my cutting plate. So you would just adjust as you need it. So that's just one pass through. And we've got, it cuts and embosses all at once. Margaret Erica, you loved the Joy to All. Very nice. So we are going to use that, and again, that's that look at it cut in those white or gold or red. So I think there's lots you can actually do with that. So we'll paint this first so it can dry, because I did not grab my heat gun, but it dries pretty quick. So with the gloss sprays and the oxides, you're just going to shake them back and forth. And we're just going to tap a little bit of this out onto our mat. And you really don't need a lot. And the same thing here. So this is a good way to stretch your sprays and use them for some different things. Do some painting with them. You can either add water or not. Then I thought we'd try seeing how this gilded avocado mixed in. I've not tried this, so it's a little bit of an experiment. But you guys are up for experimenting with me, right? So I'm just taking a little bit of this out, and if you have the tube with the applicator, you can just take it out that way. And I'm just going to put it beside on my mat, and then a little bit beside the green. And you really don't need much at all. This would actually probably do more than what I'm doing. And then it just wipes up. The opal polish and the opal blaze just clean up with water really easily. So I'm going to add a little bit of water to each one. And then I'm just using my paintbrush to stir it in. So let's try and zoom in a little bit so that we can see the shimmer and sparkle. So we're just mixing in those shimmery bits. And I'm going to add a tiny bit more water. And you can just kind of play with this and get it how you want. If we wanted it a darker red, we would add more paint to it. And I'm going to paint the inside of the flower with the red. So it's really, I'm just going over the flower, and I'm going to, there's a few little spots. The little leaves, I don't think it matters, but I felt like the leaves have kind of the little crackles on them. And if you want to paint those differently, that's what you could leave for your leaves. But if you, it's really not going to matter if you just leave 3 or 4 around the edge. So I am not being detailed at all. I'm just going around, and I can see the shimmer from this already. And we're not adding a ton, so it's actually going to dry pretty quickly. So that is our red layer. And again, if you felt like you wanted it a little bit darker red, you could go over it, or you could just go over parts of it or add a little bit more red to the paint. And then we'll just wipe that up because we don't need it anymore, but you could use it to paint more. I would say you would probably easily be able to paint a second one with just that little amount, maybe even a third, especially with this green, because we don't need a lot of green. So depending on what color you wanted your poinsettias, you could even paint them in gold. But that opal blaze really gives it a really pretty shine. And it doesn't even matter if you go out of the lines. We're gonna put a little bit of yellow inside. Like, how pretty is that? Can you guys see that shimmer? It's so pretty. And it just looks like this gorgeous watercolored embellishment. So we'll move our paintbrush. That's all there is to that. Then we're going to take our embossed piece of black cardstock. So this was embossed using that Altenew angled mosaic embossing folder. And let's come out a little bit again so you guys can see what's going on. And we are going to take the opal polish. So this one is the copper pearl. And this lasts a long time. I used this for 2 make and takes, and we might have even used it for a demo at the show, and still there's a lot in there. So I'm just lightly tapping the inside, and when I put this away, I give it a spritz of water on the foam and a spritz in here, and I don't have to wash out the cover, the sponge, every time. But if you feel like it is a little bit hard, you just rinse it in water and it softens right up. So don't feel like you have to rinse it every time. Or even if you take it out and it feels a little bit hard, that polish has hardened, if you spray it with some water, put it back in here for 5 minutes in the cover, then it's going to soften up. How do I clean the brush? Do you mean this, or my paintbrush is just water in a cup? Is that what you mean? And then this, just rinse it with water, and you can put a little dish soap on. Let me know if that's not the brush you mean. Now this is the fun part. You're going to take this flat and look how it changes. Oh, good, good. So look, I'm not putting any pressure on it, I'm just pulling it over, and it is so beautiful. So I think I really need to get some more of the opal polishes because they just have such a stunning effect. And if you feel like you want to hit a couple more points, turn it 90 degrees, and then just pull it over again. So look how stunning that turns out, and it's so quick. So again, when I'm putting it away, I would just give it a little spritz with water and inside the jar, and then put it away like that. So it really is quite forgiving because it is water soluble, and you can always add water if you feel like it's a little bit dry. So we are going to just add some glue and glue this down. I'm just kind of eyeballing that to get it in the center. And I did a top folding card, and I actually just forgot to put our, I'm gonna pull that off because I just realized I didn't put our twine around, so let's do that first. We could put it around the whole card, but we may as well do this because it wasn't stuck on yet. Okay, so I'm just gonna tie this around twice and then tie a little bit of a bow. Okay, let's glue this back again. It's kind of the nice thing about using liquid glue is that you have a few minutes to move it around, and no one will know that you took it off and put it back on again. Except for you guys, but you won't tell, right? So let's just trim that off. Then we have this frame that I die cut out. It was a frame I just had in my stash. It is from Altenew. And then I used a wood grain embossing folder and just embossed it after I had cut it out. So then I'm just going to use our ink. So if you use any of the 3D embossing folders, and if we had done this on a different color and wanted to use some ink to highlight those raised edges, you could do that as well. I'm just keeping the sponge flat, and then it's catching all of those little ridges from the wood embossing folder. So then we've got this little frame, and we'll wipe this up because otherwise we'll have ink all over the back of the card, right? Okay. This one we're going to just glue flat down. And this is essentially just layering pieces. So if you have some die cut pieces and some backgrounds, just kind of play around with them and see what works. Now we have that paper that we made into a kind of a pearly paper just by using the opal polish on white. And the Spellbinders, this is the Spellbinders Christmas Sentiment. And I love that you get those really thin, scripty words. So we'll just add these inside our frame. Has anybody started making Christmas cards yet? I know it's still early, but I feel like once Christmas card time comes around, I'm usually so busy that I find the ones that I make now are ones that I really enjoy making because I have the time to kind of, you know, play around with stuff and have fun making it. I know, the sentiments are gorgeous. I need to cut out the other ones as well. Like, they're so thin, but they cut out beautifully. So that's that word. Foil would be gorgeous as well. Okay, then we're going to put a little bit of foam tape, and we've got a great big roll. I don't know if the Studio Cadia roll is still in the shop, but there's a large roll from 3L as well. So you don't need to tape everything down. If you just put a little piece right in the center, it's going to stay. It's not going to go anywhere. So we're just going to add this to the bottom. I love that shimmer. And let's fix our bow because I kind of trapped everything under here. Okay, so we've got the little poinsettia there. Then we are going to add in our little pieces of greenery. These are just little dies that I had in my stash. Maybe we'll put a piece, this one over here this time. And then this sunset orange, this is the Opal Blaze with the applicator. you saying, oh my God, no, Lorraine, for something? I think I missed that. If there's something that I missed, Lorraine, let me know. Okay, and Sandy just linked the poinsettia die there. So we are putting this sunset orange. So if you had the pot, you just put your finger in and rub it over. And then the applicator, you just rub the applicator over. But it doesn't mean you can't like use your finger as well, just kind of do what works. So this just is on brown, and you can really see that orangey, coppery color. No Christmas cards yet, okay. No. Well, I don't know, Lorraine, when do you usually start? I usually have a few done up just from design team stuff, but then I, of course, wait till too late to start the extra ones I need, so that's always a rush. Then we have, this one is Lemon Twist. And the mosaic embossing folder is linked right there. And all of these things you can also, you know, you can use on your card. So if you decide you want to make this Christmas card and follow this tutorial, you can always come back and look at the video page. But also you can use these, like you can use this poinsettia for your gift wrapping, and you can use it for your scrapbooking pages, as well as this mosaic folder would go with any kind of card that you're making. So the dream drops, if you just hold it straight up, you're going to have a little drop. You can make the drop as big or small as you want, and it just self-levels. So once it sits and dries, it's just going to smooth out and be a lovely, look like a lovely pearly enamel dot. So I used it in the center, and you can see the difference between the lemon and the gold. So this one's the gold you make in November. Yeah, I know. That's probably me too for last minute stuff. So there's a look at our beautiful Christmas card. And I know Lorraine is going to try really hard to get her Christmas cards done early this year, right? But you know what, just have fun no matter when you do it. If you, you know, just have fun with it, then that's what's important. So that's a look at the Christmas cards. Thanks, Jennifer. Thanks, Lorraine. The fun mixed media Christmas card. And then all that fun Lawn Fawn stuff. If you want to go back and look at the video, just watch the replay and kind of decide what your favorites are. And they're all in the store right now. So hop on over. And Scrap Shotz will be in Edmonton next weekend, I guess. It is on the, I don't have my calendar in front of me, but I think it's like the 25th weekend. And they will be there with lots of fun things, more make and takes. So if you're in that area, be sure to pop in. Yeah, you probably do need the folder. I need the folder, Jennifer. I know. It's beautiful. Like, I think you could use that anything in any color just to do backgrounds and do the opal polish on. Do a whole bunch, and then you have a whole bunch of backgrounds. That's what I might do. Anyway, have a great week, guys. Thanks for joining me at this new time. We will continue the 1 o'clock because my kiddos are in school, and it worked well. So thanks, Irene. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful weekend, and do some crafting and take some time for yourself, guys. Talk to you later. Bye.